Hi everybody, in this video we'll take a look at the manual SCART621 switcher by Retro Gaming Cable. Also a male-to-male EuroSCART cable, and I'm going to show you why I actually needed it. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the specs. Just so if you are asking why I'm actually buying so many things from Retro Gaming Cables, well, because they make great products. Simple as that. So I'm going to go quickly and explain a few things about the most important one. First of all, the mechanical isolation. The use of mechanical switches physically disconnects inactive console, which eliminates signal ghosting or interference from other devices. They also have voltage protection with built-in diode protection that prevents power from leaking between console, protecting your vintage hardware from electrical damage. Also a universal sync support, so it's highly versatile, accepting both C-Sync, Luma, and composite video as sync sources. It's fully compatible with professional setups like the Sony PVMs and the OSC, making it ideal for those chasing the highest possible image quality. Now, one thing that was very important for me is the integrated audio breakout. So it includes a 3.5mm stereo jack, allowing you to easily route audio to external speakers or a soundbar without needing extra adapters. So this was crucial for me, and I'm so happy that it's there. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. It also has a durable housing that features a professional injection molded shell, which is significantly more robust than the 3D printed or open frame hobbyist cases. Now they mention it, and I'm going to say it here, this is very, very important, that this is strictly for EuroSCART wiring. So if you have any Japanese JP21 cables, they will fit the plug but could damage your equipment due to different pin voltages. So in other words, this is for EuroSCART cables only and not JP21. Alright, so let's move on. So there are 6 SCART sockets, as you can see. One of them is marked as output. And this is, by the way, the reason why it's called 621, because there are 6 sockets and 1 output. So it's not ideal if you want to, for example, to connect one output to a monitor and the other one maybe to a video upscaler and to your computer. For that, you need 2 of them. Of course, there are ways to actually split it with other accessories, but again, this is not like the ideal one if you just want a very quick solution. Now they have another one on their website. You can it's called SCART621, and you can understand there are 16 inputs and 2 outputs, but it's much more expensive. As of the time making this video, it costs £250, which the one that I got costs £60. So it's up to you to decide what's best for your needs. Of course, just make sure that you visit the official website for updated pricing. So in my setup, you're going to see it, the male-to-male cable, which is very thick. I was surprised how thick it is. I think it's twice as thick compared to the other cables. Now, one of the disadvantages of this cable that it's not that flexible. Very durable, but notice that, it might be a bit awkward to kind of position it in certain setups. Now what you see there, kind of the 2 joining, this is the female SCART to BNC that connects to my Sony PVM at the back. So basically the output should go here. So what are we going to do? We're going to connect all the cables now. First of all, the Super Famicom, we're going to connect the SCART to, again, this is another cable from them. This is the universal cable, both for PAL and NTSC, available from their website. So, and the other one is from the Sega Master System, and I'm going to put it in socket 3. By the way, it connects very well. It kind of feels like, there's nothing loose there. It feels really good. By the way, the feeling of the plastic is, it feels a bit, it's very lightweight, by the way. I didn't expect it to be that lightweight. And it feels, the plastic feels a bit cheap, I mean, the case. It doesn't feel like, something like, ultra premium or something, but it feels okay. Another thing, there's no need for an external power source connected to it. Anyway, so basically what we're going to do now, I need the male-to-male cable. There's the size input and output, basically just goes one way. So the input will be connected to the output on the switcher, because the signal we're going to get inside into the input, and we're going to output the signal into the monitor, in this case my Sony PVM. So don't be confused putting output to output. And the output should go into your monitor. However, in this case, I'm connecting it to my Sony PVM, so I'm going to connect it into the female SCART to BNC connectors, which you can see here. Otherwise, if I would have connected it to the my CRT TV, I wouldn't need this adapter. I would just connect it directly there. This cable, by the way, is not from them. I got it from the seller. It's unbranded, but again, of course, I checked quality and everything. Everything was good. We're gonna talk about this in a moment. Now, I want to see how thick this cable is. So we're gonna see my fingers. You see, this is really a massive cable. So it's not something that you're just gonna easily just, you know, rotate to your liking and something like that. This is a massive cable. So it's not easily channeled to certain areas that you like. You need to kind of confine to its flexibility limitations. All right, so I turned on the console and I pressed 1. Let's take a look. No, now what are we gonna do? We're gonna press 1. Oh! Anyway, any visual aberrations you're gonna see here is because of the recording. It wasn't in real, when I actually saw it with my own eyes, so everything was actually perfect. There was sound, everything, and of course I tested it before without because I played this game a lot and it just looked as good. All right, master system turned on, so let's switch. 3. All right, let's see how if we're gonna switch. Here we go. Oh, this is, by the way, because it's supposed to be 50. Let me correct it. Here we go. All right. And now we're going to switch back. I'm just going to switch to 60 Hertz. So this is PAL and pressing again 1. Here we go. Yeah, so everything worked as expected. The plastic buttons, by the way, you can hear them. They kind of snap in place. It doesn't feel kind of anything like finicky or something. Now the thing is that I probably won't use it a lot, you know, kind of abusing those buttons. So they're probably gonna should last for quite a long time. So yeah, overall it does its job and it has all the advantages that I mentioned before, which are important, of course, if you want to again maintain the high quality of the signal. Aside from that, as I mentioned, there's no need for an external power source here. The signal quality was excellent. Nothing that I felt that degraded the quality. Yes, overall recommended for those who are looking for a high quality switcher with just one output. I just want to say that they have another version which was designed to work with the RetroTINK 5X Pro. So instead of the output there, you see it's missing because it's on the side. So basically you can just connect it directly to the RetroTINK 5X Pro without the need for an extra cable. It also sits at the same height, as you can see, as the RetroTINK 5X Pro. This one is called a different product called RetroTINK 5X Pro Manual SCART Switch. So if that's what you fancy, this product is also available on their website as of the time making this video. Now, I just want to add again, because of the flexibility, it might be an issue. Maybe I can just put it, on the side so it actually stands. But nonetheless, I want it to be backwards, but because the cable is kind of like that, and it's not easy to, flex it to a different direction easily. It might be this is something that's just slightly annoying. So it's not such a big deal, but it's not like USB-C, like because you have a shaped here connector, it needs to go in a certain way. But other than that, it just worked perfectly. I'm very happy. You need to see with the audio, but this is for a later video. But for the price and for the advantages, I'm very happy. Even just this audio out is so important, because otherwise I need to again have something else that that breaks the audio. I mean, there are solutions out there, but this is just saves you time and space and mass, and it's just built into this. What else? Well, there were a few scuffs a bit. I don't know if it's like, I call it scuffs. Something on the finish that wasn't like perfect. And not something that I can clean out, but really something very minimal. So it's a good solution if you don't need something more complex than that. But just think forward. Maybe you want to do something else. So it's very important to kind of think about it before you make a purchase. But at the same time, it's not that expensive either. So it's good for starters if you want to start out and you need a switcher. Because I don't want just to, each time just to connect and disconnect and everything when I have more consoles and more consoles are coming. Now, of course, I'm not going to have them all active at the same time, but the idea is that I don't need to mess around with the connector connection, connect it to the monitor, and then use another cable to connect to the monitor and move them. It's just less hassle. I just want to say, somebody will ask it at some point, this is not designed to take a signal and split it into several monitors. This is not the one. It takes several inputs, and then you select which one you want to input to a single output, or to a single monitor, or single TV or whatever. Of course, you can connect it also to RetroTINK, to a video upscaler, but again, it's not designed to display one game on multiple monitors. This is not the one. So it's very versatile, it maintains high fidelity, it's upscaler friendly, it has passive mechanical switching, so no power needed, external power not needed. It also has clean aesthetic, and it's enclosed, so no dust will get in. Now, aside from that, if you want to expand, for example, I think you can use just maybe daisy chaining, although I haven't read about that, so make sure to check it out on their official website for more information, which basically it's linking multiple switches for massive setups. But I think that if you already go with something massive, maybe you should consider another product that have more ports, but it's up to you to decide which setup is the best for you. Other advantages, for example, just make cable management easier because it reduces this spaghetti wiring behind the display. You also don't need to connect and disconnect all the time, which can actually just reduce wear and tear of fragile TV ports, and also the cable connectors themselves and the cables. Another thing, it's a very reliable product, so when it comes to electricity, I want something from, that I know that is safe and from a reliable company, and I tested other products and was happy, so I saw no reason I would be dissatisfied with this one. So basically that's it. If you have anything to add in the comment section below, if you want to know more, ask me a question in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer you as soon as possible. And also don't forget to subscribe. Many videos are coming. Thanks for watching.